My name is Deacon Joshua Fons, and I'm going to be ordained a priest of Jesus Christ.
My name is Deacon Riley O'Shea, and I'm going to be ordained as a priest of Jesus Christ.
I started this journey of discerning the priesthood over 14 years ago now, so it's hard to believe that that's actually going to be me there, the bishop's hands laid on my head in just a few short days.
Kind of trembling just like thinking about it, because it truly is like a critical moment in my life and a critical moment in anyone's life when it's revealed to them what their life is for.
Grew up at a beautiful parish, Christ the King in Ann Arbor. Had a lot of great influences in my life and my family and the various Catholic schools I went to. The first time I started thinking about the priesthood in a real kind of concrete way was my junior year of high school. I feel like God had a particular calling to do something to make him known, to make his love and his kingdom known in the world. I was blessed at the time my brother, now Father David Fons, was a seminarian. So seminary wasn't a mystery to me like I think it is to a lot of guys. I knew seminarians, I knew what it was like. I'd heard a lot of great things about my brother's time in college seminary. And so I knew it was a great place to go to grow and discern. And so then it was the question of, okay, Lord, are you calling me to this? Went out to St. Paul, Minnesota, to St. John Vianney College Seminary. And I had a great 4 years there. I really, really loved it. But actually during the end of my time there, I actually ended up deciding to leave the seminary after the end of my 4 years there. But still felt this great desire to serve the Lord, to have other people come to know the Lord. And so I ended up actually joining a group called Focus that does college campus ministry and evangelization. So I ended up spending then 4 years working full-time with college students, preaching the gospel. I found a lot of different graces from my time serving as a missionary, and I think it was what I needed. I think just the actual growing up for a few more years was certainly a blessing. But also just that experience of living mission in people's ordinary day-to-day life, which is very much like the life of a parish priest. And then one day the Lord brought back the priesthood in my heart. It wasn't something I'd really thought about since I left, but the Lord just kind of spoke really to that desire and kind of showed how he'd been using this time as a missionary to raise up in my heart that desire to be a shepherd, the desire to be a shepherd of souls, and a shepherd for God's people. And so that was 4 years ago now, and so I was able to re-enter the seminary and spend the next 4 years at Sacred Heart Seminary in Detroit. And then after that, just graduated a month ago and now preparing to get ordained.
The Lord's been preparing me for this moment for a long time now. I grew up Catholic, went to Mass on Sundays, received the sacraments growing up, but it wasn't until I went to college locally here at MSU, went on a retreat one weekend, my first year there, and it was the first time I really experienced God's love in a personal way that just really, just really blew me away, being immersed and his love for me in a way that just caused me to open myself up to his plan for my life and actually began to pray that prayer. Okay, Lord, what do you will for me? Ended up working as an engineer for 3 years, lived in Flint and commuted to Saginaw for working for an automotive company. Once I graduated and started working, the priesthood really just kind of came back to me. So I met a very good friend of mine who introduced me to Marian consecration, and that really made all the difference for me, entrusting my life, my vocation to the hands of our Blessed Mother. Instead of grasping for control over my life, I was really able to have that grace of surrender that I continue to try to renew every day, to surrender my life into the hands of the Lord. It's just certainly not just a one-time act of surrender. It's certainly a daily decision to renew, to put those fears at bay and to continually hear the Lord speak those words to me, do not be afraid. I am with you always. Do not be afraid. So it's really that daily encounter with the Lord, with hearing his word through praying with the scriptures and through daily Mass and the Liturgy of the Hours. Yeah, that's my oxygen. That's the way that I breathe.
Please pray for us. Pray that we be good and holy priests. Pray for all the priests that you know as well. Pray for the priests at your parish. Pray for the priests that you've known. And pray for young men to say yes to the call. We need more priests. Say yes to the call, and for all of us to really strive for holiness, to strive to actually be witnesses of the gospel to be faithful followers of Jesus Christ. That we're all called to do that. And so praying for us, but also praying for yourself, for your family, that we can all strive after what Christ calls us to.
And thank you for the continued prayers that you have lifted up for myself and for my brother Josh and for our seminarians. Yeah, because I'm pretty convinced that I would not have the ability to really answer this call if it wasn't for that spiritual force of prayer, the backing that we have from all of you lifting us up in prayer before the Lord every day.